Good evening. There were a few interesting things that came out for the reading today as I was preparing everything and setting up the furniture. I have to move it around to get this tree. I was pulling out my jewelry and I found this little frog box, and normally I don't have show and tell time, but I was drawn to show it, so maybe frogs are significant for someone, or a frog box. It matches my nail polish. And there are two charms inside. There's a maze with sparkles and a little elephant in silver. So if you like signs for your readings and any of these things mean something to you, there was a reason I felt drawn to pull that out and show you. I also pulled a rune for Modern Life ahead of the reading, and I got Gebo. There's Ganesha there. And Gebo is about opportunities and contracts and the effort that you put into things like relationships and your commitments. As I see it now, there's a gift being exchanged in the front with the two hands, and it's tied in a bow, and there's a flower there, and there's a celebration happening. So there's something to do with this time of year. Right now we're situated in between Christmas and New Year's, and a celebration of abundance, either coming from a lot of hard work or because there's an opportunity. One of the keywords in the guidebook for this card was opportunity. So because of the astrology of this current time, a lot of people will be coming into periods of great abundance, where finally all of the hardship that they've had for possibly quite a few years now, but particularly this past year, the past 9 or so months, it's finally going to pay off. And you're finally going to see things that you've been trying to set up click into place. And things that seemed insurmountably hard before are suddenly going to become pretty easy and simple. And you're going to think, why couldn't it just have been this easy before? This is so easy. Why does everything have to be so hard? But it's not going to anymore. And that's the message for this reading, is that it won't stay hard. Now you've made it over the mountain. And the payout comes. I'm going to pull from the Field Guide to Garden Dragons. We have the Peanut Butter Dragon. And another thing that's going to be significant to someone. It's all drippy. And the skin looks like peanut shells. If you can see there. To lower my dog down. He always needs to be a part of it, but then he gets bored. And the Strawberry Dragon. Very fruity. Somebody likes strawberries or the scent of strawberries, and that's significant. Food allergies are also significant, because peanuts and strawberries are something that's come up recently in a conversation that I had about allergies. So in this time of opportunity, you're also going to be navigating the parts of your life or the parts of you that you're almost allergic to. It's the kind of thing where when you look back, you'll think, I don't think I could ever do that again. I don't know how I did that in the first place. I'm such a different person now. That thing that I did, that interaction, the toxicity that I put up with, the job, the people. When you are in a different vibration, you are attracting your own vibration. and things can be very different. People have very different lived experiences. Transformation. This one is the animal apothecary. Yeah, you're a different person now. Phoenixes have been coming up for me consistently all year, and probably for the past 5 years, but most this year that they've really been coming out in my readings for other people. And you can see the waves, the vibration here. You have transcended the vibration that you were in, and you are now in a different vibration, and you attract like. In college, many years ago, I took a class called Positive Psychology. The teacher had also been a meditation teacher, and I'd taken a meditation class with him. He's really into Eastern philosophy and meditation, and he was also a clinical psychologist or psychiatrist, possibly a neurologist, something to do with the brain. But I remember he'd worked at clinics with people with brain injuries. But he'd also done a lot of studies out of personal interest on the way that psychology affects your environment. And I remember he showed us a diagram, and it had dots for people that were happy and people that were unhappy, and who their friends were and who they were around. And the happy people were always clustered together, and the unhappy people were always clustered together, because you find what you are, and you find the vibration that you want, and you find the mentality that you're in and that you're looking for, and you find your people. I put this deck back, but I had it face up in the box here, and I looked down, and the card on top says, "You are what you think." And this is a flamingo. This is a number 20, which reduces to 2 when you add 2 and 0 together. And 2 is the self and the other, and the relationship of the self viewing the other. It's Taurus in astrology. Aries is the self, and then Taurus sees the other. And then Gemini, the god Mercury, is both together. It's the hermaphrodite. So you are what you see. Everyone is a mirror of you, and the things that you see in others are what you will be attracted to, but they're also the parts of yourself that you like. It's kind of what you consume as well, because of the flamingo. Flamingos are white until they eat things like shrimp, and then they turn pink. There was a zoo that I visited in college, and you could see how they were white, and then around the tips of the wings there was pink, so they weren't fully pink. And apparently they actually dyed the shrimp there that they were feeding them, because it was frozen, so it wasn't pink enough. So they gave them food dye to pinken the wings for the visitors, which was interesting. And so for that, the message as a whole is that it is important to be extremely discerning going forward into abundance. Some people get very excited when they come from a lot of hardship into abundance quickly, and it frequently does happen quickly, or at least it feels like it happens quickly. But you can let your guard down in those circumstances because you're so excited that things are finally working out for you. And it's very important, they're saying, that you remain coldly vicious, is the words I'm getting, about who and what you let into your energetic fields. We've got the Ten of Swords in reverse, the Star, Judgment, and the Three of Rods in the Morgan Greer Tarot. And the Lovers are on the bottom with the High Priestess underneath. The Ten of Swords in reverse just means it's not the end. There's always more swords. Because at the end, when you get to the 10, you go back to 1. So your journey continues, but you have to be vigilant. The Star is the time of rest. This one's got a dove up in the tree above her head, and she's fully standing in the water, it looks like, with spilling out of both hands. Like you are submerged in your emotions, in what you are. You are you. And so you have to be very discerning with the Judgment card. She looks just like the star. And it's you who has to make that judgment. It's you who has to live with your decisions. It's you who is propelling yourself forward. You are the one walking your path, but you're also the one creating your path as you go. And here the Three of Rods is the path forward. And his cape is blue in this deck, which is interesting. Blue, particularly the shade of blue, has also been coming up this week for me. So it means something going forward. Blue is the throat, so your ability to speak and be heard, and particularly to speak your truth, literally your voice, not just the way that you sound or that you say it, but like what is true to you. And my ears just did a ringing thing when I said that, and then it passed. Speak what is true to you. Lovers on the bottom means choice. It is what you choose. It's not someone else. It's your path. And it is unknown to anyone else. You cannot seek the wisdom of who you are from another. You can view it reflected in them, but it's you that's projecting the light in the first place that you see back in them. I'm going to leave it there. I've gotten the sense that that was the end of the message. So I hope that that made sense to you. I hope that, I mean, you should be happy that going forward things are going to get easier. And all you have to do is keep your eyes open and start listening to what feels right to you and to who you are and to recognizing yourself and the things that you want and the people that you meet, and move towards your essence. And then you'll always be on the right path. I love you. Thank you for coming, and I will see you.